Good morning, students. I hope you are fine and you must have done the activity which was given to you yesterday for Environment Day. So, help saving the environment because it is necessary for all of us to save the environment. It is our humble and moral duty to save the environment. Otherwise, the earth will become a very difficult place to live if we do not keep it safe, if we do not keep it clean. So, 3 R's you must remember always in your life, that is, reduce, reuse, and recycle. So with this, I request you to follow the norms of environment and stay at home, stay safe. Now let's begin the today's video. And we were doing in the previous two videos, we were doing the poem. We started doing poem Night Voices, written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. He is a very famous poet who has created the character of Sherlock Holmes. I request all of you, I suggest all of you to go and search Sherlock Holmes on internet, and you will find that there are many books written by Sir Arthur for about the mystery stories, mystery solving detective of Sherlock Holmes. So you will love reading them. So you must go and search it online. You'll find many books. So here is the poem written by Sir Arthur. It is again related to suspense, mystery, and surprise. The poem is simple. Poem it doesn't have any difficult words, like difficult in the sense that too many heavy vocabulary he has not used. He has used simple words. It's a simple conversation between a father and a child being very young, he is fearful of dark, उसको अंधेरे से डर लगता है, तो वो अपने फादर से कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहा है क्योंकि वो अंधेरे में बैठा है, अंधेरे से डर रहा है, तो वो कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहा है। और फादर जो है क्योंकि लर्नड है, एजुकेटेड है, रैशनल है, प्रैक्टिकल है, तो वो अपने हिसाब से बच्चे के क्वेश्चंस के आंसर करने की कोशिश करता है। बट द चाइल्ड इज़ नॉट सेटिस्फाइड विद द आंसर्स which he gets from his father. So let's read the poem once again. Father, Father, who is that a whispering? Who is it who whispers in the wood? You say it is the breeze as it sighs among the trees. But there is someone who whispers in the wood. Father, Father, who is that a murmuring? Who is it who murmurs in the night? You say it is the roar of the wave upon the shore. But there is someone who murmurs in the night. Father, Father, who is that laughs at us? Who is it who chuckles in the glen? Oh, Father, let us go, for the night is burning low. And there is somebody laughing in the glen. Father, Father, tell me what you are waiting for. Tell me why your eyes are on the door. It's dark, it is late, but you sit so still and straight, ever staring, ever smiling at the door. So, this is the poem written by Sir Conan Doyle. Now let's look at the word meanings. Earlier we did the figure of speech. There are many figures of speech used in the poem, like alliteration is there, anaphora is there, onomatopoeia is there, anticlimax is there. So there are many figure of speech used in the poem. So let's look at the word meanings. So earlier you have written the word meanings of stanza 1. Now I'll start with stanza 2. 2. Murmuring. That means speak softly. Murmuring, speak softly. Roar, high sound, शोर मचाना. शोर, बैंक ऑफ सी, समुद्र का किनारा, उसको बोलते हैं शोर. Now stanza 3. Chuckles. Chuckles laughs softly. That means ऐसे करके हंसना, वो chuckle. Burning low. That means sun is setting. सूरज डूब रहा है. Glen, a narrow valley, especially in Scotland, because the poet is from Scotland, so this gives us a clear indication that he is from Scotland. He loves this word glen has come from Scotland, and this gives us clear indication for of the poet being Scottish and his love for Scottish language. Right? Now stanza 4. Still means एकदम बिना हिले डुले, विदाउट मूविंग. स्टेरिंग मतलब किसी चीज़ को घूरना, बहुत ज़्यादा एक टकटकी लगा के देखना. लुकिंग फिक्सडली एट one point. So now these were the word meanings. So I told you that poem is simple. There are no difficult words. There is no as such high sounding vocabulary used by the poet. Now look at about the poem. So when you get to write the summary, you can use this. The poem Night Voices is written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It is associated with suspense and mystery. The poet has used many sound words like whisper, murmur, chuckle, etc. to produce fear of darkness of the night. The ending of the poem is anticlimactic. Anticlimactic means कि जैसे हम मूवी देखते हैं तो सारी मूवी की जो स्टोरी है, सारे इवेंट्स जो हैं वो एक क्लाइमेक्स की तरफ लेके जाते हैं हमको. कि सपोज़ एक लड़का है, एक लड़की है, दोनों मिलते हैं और फिर जो है दोनों भाग जाते हैं, तो क्लाइमेक्स में फिर से दोनों मिल जाते हैं. तो दैट्स अ प्रॉपर सीक्वेंस ऑफ द इवेंट्स. तो जो बट यहाँ पे पोएम में, इन दिस पोएम, जो इवेंट्स, जो स्टार्टिंग से जो इवेंट्स हो रहे हैं, दे आर नॉट मैचिंग विद द एंडिंग ऑफ द पोएम. द एंडिंग इज कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट. इट इज़ completely opposite to what the poem had started with. So जैसे poem start हुई with the conversation of a child and the father, but end में क्या हुआ, it's something opposite, different to the starting. So we'll say that the poem is anticlimactic in itself, as the readers expect something and totally opposite thing happens in the end. So that's why it is anticlimactic. The poem begins with a simple conversation between a child and the father. The child is sitting in the lap of his father. Lap means गोदी में बैठा है. And he is afraid of dark. Just being a normal child, सब बच्चों को अंधेरे से डर लगता है. सब बच्चों को रात में कुछ आवाज़ें सुनाई देती हैं. He is also just like that. And he hears some voices in the darkness of the night. And he asks his father कि ये वॉइसेस, ये विस्परिंग कौन कर रहा है, ये मर्मर कौन कर रहा है, ये चक्ल कौन कर रहा है. सो हिज फादर ट्राइज टू console him, tries to pacify him, tries to answer him that it is nothing but the wind is blowing, it is whispering, the sea waves are coming on the shore, so they are murmuring, and there is no one in the valley who is laughing at us. But the child is not at all pacified. The child is not at all satisfied with all these answers. He still keeps saying that there is somebody who is whispering, there is somebody who is murmuring, and there is somebody who is laughing in the valley. So now comes the last stanza. What happens here? Now the child tells his father that it is getting dark, the sun is setting, सूरज डूब रहा है, so let's go from here. Why are we sitting here? We should move from here. हमें यहाँ से चले जाना चाहिए. But the father's behavior is now completely changed. Instead of answering to the child, he just sits there staring at the door. Now in the last stanza, the child repeatedly requests, बार बार वो रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा है फादर से कि फादर चलो यहाँ से, इट्स गेटिंग डार्क, इट इज़ गेटिंग लेट, कि देरी हो रही है, यहाँ पे अंधेरा हो रहा है, सूरज ढल गया है, तो यहाँ से चलो. वाई आर यू सिटिंग हेयर लुकिंग एट द डोर, कि यहाँ पे हम क्यों बैठे हैं, आप क्यों बैठे हो, सिर्फ दरवाजे की तरफ देखे जा रहे हो. So instead of answering to the child, the father keeps staring at the door, smiling and saying nothing. So this is anticlimactic. कि हम सोच रहे थे, रीडर सोचते हैं कि शायद एंडिंग में जो फादर है वो कुछ बिलीवेबल, कुछ ऐसे आंसर्स देगा बच्चे को ताकि बच्चे के मन से वो डर जो है वो निकल जाए. But the poet keeps the mystery here, and he even intensifies the mystery here, that he makes the father figure completely dubious. Dubious means doubtful. बना देता है कि वो करना क्या चाहता है, फादर क्यों वो बैठा है वहाँ पे, क्यों नहीं गया वहाँ से, क्यों वो डोर की तरफ देख रहा है, क्यों वो स्माइल कर रहा है, क्यों बच्चे के क्वेश्चंस का आंसर नहीं कर रहा है. सो ऑल दीज क्वेश्चंस रिमेन unanswered in the poem till the end. So this makes the poem a very great work of mystery and suspense by the poet. So that's all for the summary. Now let's look at the stanza 1 for explanation. Now let's first of all read the stanza 1. Father, father. Now I told you, when we repeat the same word, what figure of speech is that? Anaphora. So here father, father is repeated here. Would and would, they are also repeated here. Whispering, whisper. Again, these words are repeatedly used in the whole stanza. So this is the clear case of anaphora, right? So this is anaphora. Now let's read the stanza. Father, father, who is that a whispering? Now here the child asks the father, he starts the conversation with the father, that who is that who is whispering in the wood. Wood means forest. कि वो कौन है जो धीरे धीरे बात कर रहा है जंगल में, फॉरेस्ट में. You say it is the breeze. You means the father. Father says it is the breeze, it is the wind, as it sighs among the trees. Sighs means here so here sighs means moving, right? So it is the breeze. Breeze means wind, which is moving among the trees, and that moving wind is causing that whispering sound which seems to be whisper of a person. But still the child is not satisfied with the father's answer, and he still says that there is someone who whispers in the wood. फिर भी वो अपने फादर की जवाब से जो रैशनल जवाब वो देते हैं, वो उसके डर को, उसके चाइल्डिश फियर्स को दबाने की कोशिश करते हैं, तो वो बच्चा जो है, वो चाइल्ड इज़ नॉट एट ऑल पैसिफाइड, नॉट एट ऑल सेटिस्फाइड विथ ऑल द आंसर विच द फादर गिव्स. नाउ look at the explanation. Now, stanza has been taken from our English poem Night Voices, written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. He is a master of mystery and suspense stories. In the present stanza, he presents a fearful child who is afraid of the dark, asking his father who is whispering in the forest. कि वो अपने father से पूछ रहा है कि forest में, जंगल में कौन whisper कर रहा है. The father, and he says to his father that he heard someone whispering in the forest. Who is that, father? Father, being a mature, learned person, tries to shake off his childish fears. कि वो उसके ये बचपने बेतुके जो डर है उसको ख़त्म करने की रियलाइज़ नहीं करते हैं कि वो बच्चा सच में डरा हुआ है, और वो ऐसे ही कैजुअली लेते हैं उनको. And he says that it is the wind that is blowing among the trees and it is making whispering sound. But the child is not convinced and tells the father that there is someone who is whispering in the wood. So, I hope you have understood the first stanza. Now look at the rhyming scheme. Earlier I told you in the previous video, I told you to find out the rhyming scheme. I think you have not seen the video properly. Here again I am telling you, so listen and see it clearly. Now for this rhyming scheme, we see the ending words of each line in the stanza. कि हर स्टैंडा की हर लाइन का एंडिंग वर्ड हम देखते हैं. Like there are 5 lines in this stanza. So first line ends with whispering. Does it rhyme with any other word in the stanza, ending word in the stanza, in any of the lines? No. So we mark it A. Now next line ends with wood. So, is there any word which rhymes with wood? Yes, there is in the last line, wood. So, we mark them B, B. Right? Now, look at the third line. Third line is, last word is breeze. Breeze. Now, is there any word which rhymes with breeze? Yes, trees. So, these two words, these two lines rhyme with each other. So, we mark them C, C. So, the rhyming scheme becomes first line A, second line B, third line C, fourth line C, and fifth line again B. So the rhyming scheme becomes A, B, C, C, B. That means second line rhymes with the fifth line, third line rhymes with the fourth line, and the first line does not rhyme with any of the line. So there are 5 lines. First line does not rhyme with any line. Second line rhymes with the fifth line, and the third line rhymes with the fourth line. So now I hope you have understood how to find out the rhyming scheme. If you have any query or any question regarding this or anything about the poem, whatever we have done till now, if you have not understood, then do call me or ask me on WhatsApp. Okay, but listen to these videos very carefully, see them repeatedly so that you can understand the poem in a better way. Okay, bye bye, take care.